Hello, friends, and welcome to Miss Debbie's Storybook STEM class. I'm so happy you're here to join me. Before we get started with our lesson, let's sing our hello song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. It's time to wave our hands and say hello, hello. I'm so glad that you are here. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's smile and wave our hands and say hello. Hello, friends, and once again, welcome to Miss Debbie's Storybook STEM class, where we always find a little bit of science in every book we read. Today, we're going to be reading a book called A Book of Bridges. Here to there, and me to you. What do you think that means, here to there? Me to you. That's right, bridges help us travel from here to there so that I can see you or you can see relatives or friends of yours. A long time ago, before bridges, people couldn't travel to see other people that they love. It was too difficult for them to get from one place to another. They couldn't swim hundreds of miles across a big body of water. So bridges were made by engineers, and they designed bridges that were very strong enough to hold a bunch of cars traveling over a bridge. And there are also other bridges that have been made to help animals get across the road by cars. There are bridges for people to get from one place to another, and there are also bridges for trains to get from one place to another. Miss Debbie has a little bridge I made here out of some cups and a ruler, and that's made to help either cars or trains get over water. And here is my bridge made out of Legos. And this is like a bridge for animals to get across a busy highway with lots of cars going back and forth. And there are also bridges that are made for people to get over water or for people to walk over cars. So bridges are so helpful to us. And there are so many different kinds of bridges. Now, engineers decide on what type of bridge they're going to make depending on how much weight they need to hold. So today, after our book, we are going to learn about some of the types of bridges, and we're also going to build bridges out of paper. So now that we know that there are so many different types of bridges and why there are so many different types of bridges, let's get ready to read our book. This book is called A Book of Bridges, Here to There and Me to You. It's written by Cheryl Keeley and illustrated by Celia Crampion. And be sure to pay attention to all the different kinds of bridges. Let's see. Bridges do more than connect one place to another. They bring the whole world together. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Here's a bridge here with some cars and trucks going over. Here's a footbridge. People are walking across that bridge. And there's another bridge over here that has some triangle shapes on it. We're going to learn about that bridge a little bit later. They can be wooden covered. The Heartland Bridge in Canada is the world's longest covered bridge. It is about as long as 36 school buses. And it crosses the St. John River from Heartland to Somerville, New Brunswick. You can see the water that it's covering here, and bikes can go across that bridge, and cars and trucks if they can fit. Okay, let's see what bridge is next. Golden Gated Bridge. Oh, look at how big that bridge is. And look at how much water that bridge goes over. That's a very long bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge in California is one of the world's most famous suspension bridges. It opened in 1937 and isn't actually golden, but it's orange. The architect chose the color orange because it is distinct from the colors of the sky and the sea, making it easier for passing ships to see the bridge. Golden Gated. And you may have gone over some of these bridges with your family too. We'll have to see. Or in London, falling down. This is the London Bridge. You can see people are walking over the bridge, and there are also some buses and cars and trucks. London Bridge was the first stone arch bridge built in Britain. This is an arch bridge. It crosses the River Thames. It has undergone many renovations over the years, and it's now made of concrete and steel. So it's been made to be much stronger than it used to be. London Bridge is also a famous nursery rhyme and a fun game to play. Some bridges are movable, going up, up, and up before coming back down. Now they go up, up, and up to let ships pass through. And then they come back down again so cars and trucks can travel over the bridge. Drawbridges are bridges that open and close. They date to the medieval times when knights in armor and dragons fought for their castles. Today, drawbridges open up to let boats and ships pass by. While other bridges are simple stones placed 1, 2, 3 to make a safe crossing. You can see she's crossing the water by stepping on the stone bridge so she doesn't get wet and her feet don't get wet and she doesn't have to swim across the little bit of water. Stone bridges can be as simple as a few stones placed across a shallow stream. This is sometimes known as a clapper bridge. Or they can be complex structures, such as South America's Puerto de Piedra in Lima, Peru, which crosses the Rimac River. It is known as the Bridge of Eggs because the mortar used in building the bridge was mixed with bird eggs to make it stronger. Pretty interesting. Bridges just for animals help them find new homes, new friends, and plenty of food. See the busy street here with all the cars traveling? Sometimes some of these animals could get hit by a car trying to cross the road. So they've made some bridges so that animals can get safely across. Banff National Park in Canada has the most wildlife bridges in the world. The crossings allow animals such as bears, wolves, moose, and lynx to safely cross roads and highways. Miss Debbie thinks that's my favorite bridge. I think that's great that the animals have their own bridge to get across the road. And trains can use bridges to clickety-clack along, carrying people to people and family together again. The first railway suspension bridge was built over the Niagara River at Niagara Falls between Canada and the United States. The bridge was completed in 1855 and it carried trains, carriages, and pedestrians for more than 40 years. But it wasn't strong enough to carry new, heavier trains. So it was replaced by the Whirlpool Rapids Bridge in 1897. That bridge is up very, very high. Some bridges join country to country, making a big world seem smaller. Now, the Three Countries Bridge at the borders of France, Germany, and Switzerland only truly connect France to Germany, but Switzerland is only a hop, skip, and a yodel away. Or they connect neighborhood to neighborhood, turning strangers into friends. Look at that big, big bridge. And they're waving to each other. It says the Brooklyn Bridge crosses New York City's East River to connect Brooklyn to Manhattan. Days before the Brooklyn Bridge opened, P.T. Barnum led 21 elephants over to it to prove that it was safe. I would have loved to have seen 21 elephants crossing a bridge. Wouldn't that have been cool? Some bridges are rickety-ratchety, swinging and swaying their way to beautiful hidden-away places. Ooh, I don't know if Miss Debbie would like that kind of bridge. I'm really afraid of heights. Bridges made of vine and rope are among the earliest types of bridges. They can be scary to cross because there isn't much to them. The rope can be as skinny as your arm. Ooh, I don't like that bridge. Or bridges can be made by bending your body backwards and stretching and stretching. Look at that. Have you ever made a bridge like that with your body? I bet that's fun. I wonder how they're going to get back up again. They don't. Look at that. They fall down until they all fall down laughing. Even the puppy dog is laughing. And rainbows make bridges from sunshine to rain. Look at that. A rainbow is not really a bridge. It is an arc of colors formed in the sky when sun shines through drops of water. I think there might be one left. Let's see. But the bridge I like the best isn't so grand. It connects me to you and you to me. The end. Well, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed our story. And now let's get ready to go make some paper bridges. Here goes. Okay, welcome to our activity section of our STEM video. And what we are going to do is we are going to design some bridges that are made out of paper. Now, you can use several different things. You can take two books that are the same thickness, and you can hold them across from each other to make a bridge. Or Miss Debbie has two plastic red Solo cups here. You could use the red Solo cups. Or if you have some blocks, or Miss Debbie has some Jenga blocks here that I like to use when I'm making my paper bridges. And I also have some Legos. Now these are bigger Legos than the ones that you probably have at home, but if you have regular size Legos, they could work as well. You just have to make sure that whatever you're using for your bridge, that they are the same size and the same height to make your bridge. Last but not least, if you have two pencils hanging around the house, you could use two pencils or two markers, and you could use those to test a paper bridge. So Miss Debbie thinks that I am going to use my books to do our first bridge. And the first bridge that I am going to make is called the beam bridge. Now the beam bridge is not as strong as some of the other bridges, so we're going to test that out and see why. So Miss Debbie's going to hold these apart. If you have a ruler, I'd say to make sure you have them apart by at least maybe 8 inches. Now Miss Debbie's going to put a piece of paper across my bridge, and I'm going to test out to see how strong my beam bridge is by using either some coins or Miss Debbie has some glass beads here that I got from the dollar store. So I am going to start placing my beads on my paper beam bridge and see how many it holds. It didn't even hold one. So that's not very strong. Let me see if I can fold my paper 3 ways and see if that might help make my beam bridge a little bit stronger. So I just folded that. I'm going to put it across my bridge here. And I'm going to slowly put on maybe one on one side. Oh, it didn't fall. And maybe one on the other side to even it out. Put one over here. Look at how much stronger that is. Miss Debbie folded it 3 times, so I made my paper a little bit thicker and a little bit stronger. Oh, let's see. This bridge seems to be pretty strong. Oops, I think I spoke too soon. My bridge collapsed, but that was much stronger than the first beam bridge that we tested. Okay, so now we are going to test out something called a truss bridge. And a truss bridge, I have a picture of it right here. This was our beam bridge. A truss bridge is a bridge that's made out of triangles. Now I wonder why they use triangles in a bridge. Well, let me tell you that the truss bridge is one of the strongest bridges made, because triangles are one of the strongest shapes. Now we're going to test that out and see if that's true. So Miss Debbie is going to fold her piece of paper in half here, just like so. Oh, and with your paper, Miss Debbie forgot to mention, you can use any type of paper. Construction paper, this is printer paper, any type of paper that you have. And what I'm going to do after I fold this in half once is I'm going to fold this like a fan. I'm going to pull these apart so I can show you a little bit better. But you're basically going to fold it one way and then flip it over and fold it again the other way and push down the fold. It's okay if it doesn't line up perfectly. Fold it again and fold it again. Okay, now that we've made our folded paper, we're going to test the strength of triangles. You can see that there's like a little V here and a little V there, and it's the shape of a triangle when you put it sideways. We're going to see if this type of paper bridge can hold more gems than the second beam type of bridge that we had done. So Miss Debbie's just going to start by slowly adding some of our beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks strong. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is a pretty strong bridge. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, this is much stronger. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Look at that. 33. Almost all of them. 34, 35, 36, 37. It held all of the gems that I had, and it has still not collapsed. So as we can see, the truss bridge with all of the triangle shapes is one of the strongest bridges. Now we're going to test the strength of another bridge that has been known to be one of the stronger bridges around. And this bridge is called an arch bridge right here. So we are going to test out an arch bridge with paper. Miss Debbie is going to get rid of our gems. And for our arch bridge, I am going to use my Lego blocks because they are a little bit higher. And in order to have an arch underneath, I won't have enough room with my books. So I am going to use one of my pieces of paper, and I'm going to make a little bit of an arch there, something that's about the same height as my blocks. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, and then we are going to cover that with a piece of paper. Okay, now, here we go. 1, whoopsie, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Now you can see it's a little more level. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh no. 27. There it goes. 28. 29. So it still held a lot more than our second beam bridge, but it seems as if with this experiment that the triangle truss bridge is the strongest. For our next activity, we are going to design a truss bridge. Remember, that's the bridges made out of triangles, and triangles are the strongest shape. We are going to make a truss bridge with some toothpicks and some gumdrops. If you don't have gumdrops, and you might have some marshmallows or maybe some dried apple pieces, you could use that as well. But I think gumdrops are the strongest and work best. And you can also get dots. There's some candy called dots, and they work well too. So what we are going to do is get our toothpicks, and we are going to make some triangles. So we're going to need 2 gumdrops for the bottom. We're going to stick 1 gumdrop on one end of the toothpick and 1 on the other. Then I'm going to stick another toothpick in here, slant it a little bit, and another one in this one, slant it a little bit. And then I'm going to put 1 gumdrop on the top to hold that together. Now it doesn't stand up by itself very well, so that's why we're going to make a truss. That means we need to make another triangle. Remember, we're going to put 2 on the bottom. They stick in pretty easy. And another 2 toothpicks, and be careful if you're using toothpicks with sharp points. Miss Debbie doesn't want anybody to get hurt. And then I'm going to put another one on top here. So now I have 2 triangles, and Miss Debbie needs to attach these 2 triangles together in order to make the truss. So what I'm going to do is push this toothpick here, put one right here, and have them stick out of the triangle, and right here. Then we are going to attach that to the second triangle, and that is part of our truss bridge. Now a truss bridge has a bunch of triangles connected to each other. So I am going to put that here and put another toothpick right here, and then I'm going to connect the 2 and make another triangle by sticking the 2 together. Do you see what I just did there? But Miss Debbie forgot to attach the bottom. I think I might have to take this one out for a second here and attach the bottom first. There we go, just like so. And then I'm going to attach this one together right here. And as you can see, our truss bridge is coming along. I'm also going to connect the bottom here first, and then add in 2 more toothpicks, just like so. And another one to connect the top. And let's see how many triangles we have so far. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if we connect these gumdrops together, that's 1 more upside down triangle. That's 7. And Miss Debbie's going to connect these 2 together. That's 1 more. That makes 8. I'm going to connect these 2 together. That makes another triangle. That's 9. And I'm going to connect these two together. And that makes another triangle. That makes 10. So Miss Debbie has made a truss bridge with 10 triangles. So I want you to have your own fun STEM challenge and try to make your own truss bridge at home with gumdrops and toothpicks and see how many triangles you can make in your truss bridge. Well, I hope you had fun with that activity, and I'll see you in just a minute for our goodbye song. Thank you so much for joining me, reading our book about bridges, and having fun with our STEM activities, testing the strength of different paper bridges. And until I see you again next week, my friends, let's sing our goodbye song. Here goes. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye. We've had lots of fun, my friends, and we'll do it all again. It's time to wave our hands and say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Until I see you again next week, stay happy and healthy. Bye.